Who ran home after a night out once, Danny Beardsley. Hey dude, remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Were you injured? Did you injure yourself that night?
Tore a ligament. How are you? How are you?
Yeah, it was from Nottingham, but just confirm it was from Nottingham as well.
It was from Nottingham. I'm certain we've talked about this already.
Nottingham to Ilkeston. We probably have, but I find it funny.
Yeah, it's a fun memory. What I can remember of it.
I'm good, thanks, dude. Apart from my headache, which is why I've got this attractive forehead. What is it?
It's like a migraine relief, and so I had one on last night. So I get quite a few headaches. They're friggin' annoying.
Yeah, they are.
But this thing helped.
It distracts the pain. It's a distraction device
because it's got a burning sensation.
Quite a heavily burning sensation.
So your mind is drawn to the burn.
It's taking it away from the mid-range headache to the front of the head burn. So I appreciate it.
Yes.
It means I can get this work done and still be relatively high energy.
Relatively. We've just done an amazing... Well, I say amazing. It was fun.
Oh, yeah, we've done a sample. A jingle.
It was a disrespectful jingle.
We apologise in advance.
You will hear it in the next episode.
Not in this episode.
Yes, it's not going to be in this episode.
Okay.
What have you been up to?
Right, well, I've been to a gig. I went to a gig.
Oh, come on, tell me.
I got invited by previous guest Simon Murder.
Legend. Great guy.
Legend. It was a electric cellist. Cellist. I don't know what it is, to be honest.
I think it's cellist, you know.
Cellist. Jo Quayle. And she's a one-woman outfit. She does everything. So she does like the drums. She does everything with like a loop pedal.
Oh, incredible.
And she loops to create these massive cello-based soundscapes.
Cello.
Honestly, it was incredible. I was silenced by the majesty of it all.
Oh, what a review.
And I even bought a T-shirt. I don't buy a lot of T-shirts like you do. You buy a million band T-shirts. I bought I'm wearing it now.
It's a nice T-shirt. Is it got a back print?
No, it's got a back motif.
Oh yeah, it's like the motif that would be on the left breast.
Yes, but so it's kind of like
it's
reverse,
in the centre of
the spine. A central spine back motif. Yes,
and a
frontal
blanket
motif. Something like that. But I was annoyed at the gig, but not from the artist, from the tall people in the crowd. So during this gig, I had time to think up of a way of sorting the gig once you get in, so that short people aren't blocked by tall bastard people with man buns. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I am. But once you get into a gig, if there's someone tall in front of you, you swap places.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's not going to hurt anyone, is it?
It's not going to hurt anyone. It's not going to hurt anyone. It's not the kind of gig you need to be right at the front for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then there are some people with large heads that then ruin that as well, because people with large heads. There's a camera
like
girthy.
Like orbit,
orbit
generating.
There's smaller people orbiting them. They go to the side. So if someone's got a larger head than you, they go to the right. They go to the left or right of the stage. So that way you've got like a nice tiered system.
Yeah. It's like a Tetris system for height and head.
Yeah, exactly. And you just naturally do it. Maybe there's an adjudicator. Maybe the sound man comes into the crowd and sorts it. Because there's always someone that's not going to do it. What do you think, Danny?
Is there a penalty, though?
Yeah, I smash him in the shin.
Would you have to look it?
What do you think?
Well, it's going to be hard to manage. I think it's down to the people to be responsible and respectful of the rules.
Booze, better.
Unfortunately, people aren't that, are they?
No.
Most of the time. But
I do like the concept, though.
It's a nice idea, because you've seen me at gigs before, Danny. Staring right at the back of the tallest person in the world.
Yeah, I mean, if you were stood behind... I don't know how tall he is, but he has got... Not because of his head, but because of his hair. See if you can guess who I'm going to say. But if you stood behind Claudio Sanchez, for instance...
Claudio Sanchez.
He wipes out the vision of 3 or 4 people.
At least.
Yeah.
At least, yeah. So he would go off... He's not the tall... I don't think he's the tallest, though. So he'd go off to the side.
Yeah, okay.
And then probably be like halfway.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian May would wipe a few out, wouldn't he, as well?
Brian May would, yeah.
Any more?
Any more big-haired people or big-headed people?
I can't think of anyone who's got a huge head, to be honest.
No, not off the top of my head.
Listeners, if you know anyone that's got a huge orbit-inducing head...
Yeah, let us know. And also let us know what you think of my patented height-based entry to gigs.
Is a patent applied for?
It's patent pending. Along with that and my XA shell idea, which I won't go into today.
No, the listeners aren't ready for that
What
yet.
about you, Danny? What have you been up to?
I went to a guitar show in Leeds.
Well, you didn't go to a guitar show. You was displaying guitars.
I was displaying guitars for my friend Andy from Nottingham City Guitars. Andy is absolutely brilliant. He's a fountain of knowledge. He's got some really cool stories as well, actually. It'd be really cool to get on here. But I like what he does with guitars. He's not afraid of trying different materials, different body shapes, and
They certainly stand out.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's this conundrum, isn't it, with if you don't make a guitar that looks like a Telecaster, a Strat or a Les Paul, people aren't interested.
Yeah, but
if you make a guitar that looks like a Strat, Telecaster or a Les Paul, you get accused of being a copycat.
That's a great point, because why? There's enough of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
In my eyes, anyway. I mean, it's Fender and then Sur. Is it Sur?
Sur. Yeah.
That's all you need, really, isn't it? Oh, and PRS. But PRS make their own spin on them, don't they? So they've got that new telly that looks amazing. That new
It does
PRS.
look amazing, doesn't it?
What's it called? Can you remember?
NF3, I think it's called.
It's got
Is it an NF3?
enough spin on it, hasn't it? Enough spin on the Telecaster shape, I think,
Yeah.
to make it its own.
Yeah.
Whereas Surs just look exactly the same, don't they?
They do look very... Yeah, they look very
Exactly
similar.
the same.
Yeah.
But
It was a great show. I met some nice people.
good.
We had a lot of interest in the guitars. He's got a resonator that he makes as well, which sounds really nice, and it's really interesting.
Is that the moneymaker?
No, the moneymaker is like the one that looks like, to me, it looks like an old American muscle car with like the chrome.
Oh, it's the metal
aluminium
one.
body.
Yeah, that's the one.
But the thing that I will note about that guitar, because I was tuning them all up, the two metal guitars were absolutely in perfect tuning. I didn't have to alter the tuner at all.
Oh, really?
So I don't know whether there is something in having a metal body it's less.
I suppose it's less movement, isn't it? Wood naturally
That's it, yeah.
shrinks and expands with the temperature, doesn't it? So,
listeners, if you're interested in a boutique guitar with a difference, head over to Nottingham City Guitars and check out Andy's work.
and Andy, by the way, looks exactly like what I imagine your dad would look like if I didn't know your dad. Is there any chance he got to know your mum at some point about 38 years ago?
My dad listens to this.
Oh, soz Gaz.
Well, speaking of that, your dad's been listening.
Oh, apparently so. Hi, Dad.
You seem concerned about the state of your...
Peen. Anyway,
soft drink showdown.
Those are drinks away on this hot summer day. I think that you understand. It's with the lemon and lime. Drink showdown. Cool citrus cherry blast. Soft drink showdown, baby. Slice and blaze it fast.
time for a soft drink. Right, what have you got, Danny? You go for yours first.
I'll go for this first. This is... I'm opening this fresh now.
That
sound. I love it.
What is it? Oh, it's one of them.
It's clipped. I'm on a dash. We've talked about this before, but this is lime sparkling
Low
water,
flavoured.
0 calories, 330 millilitres.
And I've got a Capri Sun, but it's got a paper straw, and I'm going to have to do a live unstrawing. Is this what I'm doing?
Right, there you go.
I don't. It's going to go all over me, innit? I'll try not to squeeze it. Oh, why is it? Paper does not work.
It doesn't, does it?
Hey. Need to show this to your little girl. She always
Right, go
gets
on
it
then,
wrong.
sample it. What do you think?
I mean, it's a Capri Sun. Oh, it's tangy.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. It's brought back some good memories, that has.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm a big fan of the lime sparkling water.
Yeah, well, the tiniest bit of lime ever.
It was just refreshing enough. I like sparkling water.
The water's been passed through a tube that's got a lime about a mile away. And it's took on the flavour. That's all it is.
Well, yeah, it says that at the back.
That's how they make it.
Dude, what you been listening to?
Wow. I've been listening to Between the Buried and Me, the new one. Can't remember what it's called now, though. The Blue Note or something? The Blue...
Biddy Bam.
Bita Bam. It's amazing, dude.
I've heard the first single they put out, and I loved it.
Yeah, some great bass bits in it.
Ooh, good bass tone.
Really good bass tone,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many tracks is on that album then, Dan?
I don't know, 9 or so. You don't really listen to it. I listen to it in a whole album, but I don't really listen to tracks.
Did you have it on and... I don't get much chance now to sit down and do nothing and listen to music. Do you do that?
No, I was on the way to that gig.
Yeah. He's always on the way to something
yeah, it's on
or
the tram
doing
and-
something.
yeah.
I think back to when I was a teenager getting into music for the first time. There was so many times I'd just go and sit or lie down and listen.
Yeah.
And with nothing else going on.
We
No other
Walkman.
distractions.
Walkman? Did you have a
Yeah.
Walkman? Was it anti-skip or was it a skippy bastard?
That came later on in life.
I think I've talked about it before, but I had a mini disc player,
Oh, I bet you did.
and that was banging. That was no skipping with that machine.
They weren't around for long though, were they?
No, they weren't
successful.
really weren't very successful.
Maybe we can bring it back.
But I don't know. Why would you? Let's not bring it back.
Yeah. So you recommend that album then? Biddy Bam.
Absolutely. What about you? What have you been listening to?
I've just been checking because I've had loads of stuff on this week. John Mayer Trio, and it's a live album, live in concert from 2005. It's called, I think it's Try. John Hartwell told me to listen to this a while ago. It's brilliant. It's got Steve Jordan and Pino Palladino.
Oh, Pino.
They're so locked in. It sounds brilliant, and you can hear the energy from the crowd. I love a live album.
I will give it a listen.
I think you'll appreciate it.
They're sometimes a little bit low energy compared to Between the Buried and Me.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's to be expected.
There's a time and a place for John Mayer.
Yeah, I'd recommend that album if you like live albums.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of live albums, but I probably should do.
Between the Buried and Me have done a live album. It's live in the studio. So it's Parallax.
So it's not live then?
No. I've got the DVD of it.
Wow. It's been tampered with though, hasn't
No,
it?
I
Gabby?
doubt it very much.
Oh.
I doubt it.
Oh.
Based on what I've heard them, when they were live at
There's
UK Tech
this.
Fest, it was flawless. Absolutely flawless. Is that a bold claim?
It's a very bold claim.
Oh, God, there's so many samples in this intro.
I know. It's a great guest.
I don't want to linger too long because I want to crack on and let the listeners listen to this superb guest. This was an absolute honour interviewing this guy.
I know. How do we
He's
end up getting these kind of people, Daddy?
I don't know. I think
We
it's
don't
Ev.
deserve
Ev.
this. We don't
Ev.
deserve this. Thank you, Ev.
Yeah.
You've done an amazing job.
Yeah, this was a joy to listen to. I hope you enjoy it too.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Enjoy.
Hey, dude.
Guys,
How are you?
we're good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for getting involved with this, Mike. This is a real treat getting you involved.
What's happening with your room there? That's amazing.
Yeah, well, I thought I wanted to create something exciting. You know, like last year when I was doing all these interviews, you just sit up against this, boring back, and I guess during COVID, everybody was doing interviews in front of a bookshelf.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We should introduce ourselves, actually, Mike. So I'm Danny, and this is Dan, located in the UK. Are you,
Whereabouts?
We're in Nottingham, land of Robin Hood.
You did. I've been there many, many times.
Yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
you have. Should we start by getting you to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Well, I'm whatever you want is what I'm going to follow.
Amazing.
Yeah, wicked. Let's start with that then, Mike. That'd be great. Tell the listeners who you are.
Well, hey, folks, it's Mike Tramp here, known from White Lion. I have now been in rock and roll for 49 years, believe it or not. So I've seen them come and I've seen them go, and I'm still here. Right now, I'm in New York. I'm originally from Copenhagen, Denmark. I came to New York in '82. Lived just about almost anywhere in the world for a little bit, and sort of made my trip back to Denmark, and now I'm back in New York, the USA. And along the way, I've recorded 31 albums, and I've basically been the songwriter on every song.
That's amazing.
What an achievement. Wow.
What a musical journey.
Yeah. Speaking to musical legend, like I was actually listening to some of your stuff today, and I've made some notes. So just let me.
Notes are good.
Yeah, so I took a note of some of the tracks that I really enjoyed listening to. So the songs of White Line, because you've got a new album coming out, haven't you? This
Volume
this year?
3.
I listened to the 3 tracks off there. Fight to Survive, All Burn in Hell, and Cherokee. And I have to say, I described it as like a stadium rock vocal tone that you've got going on. It's so
Yeah, and
rich.
those songs are written in 1983 and were first recorded first time in '84 when we recorded and released the first album called Fight to Survive, and then basically like many years later, on over 40 years later, I'm sort of re-recording the songs because I'm out on the road performing these songs right now, and I don't sound like I did when I was 22 years old. There are some comparison, but there's also obviously a few years of maturity there. So I just sort of like to bring it up to date, and every song has sort of gotten, from the old carburetor, it's now fuel injected. There's a little bit of maybe hybrid in it, et cetera, et cetera. It's just, we're here today in the same way that when I walk out on stage, I'm here today. I'm not representing the past. I'm just here today. I will tell you about the past, but I'm here, current.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I really like
Great.
that approach. Because I was listening to the solo stuff as well, Mike. There was a couple of tracks. There was a track called No More off Nomad. And I love that kind of country rock vibe. I mean, I like both realms. I like that kind of 80s rock stuff and then the country rock kind of.
And sometimes when, especially, I mean, to most of the world, I sort of got known for the 4 White Lion albums, and then you, of course, get typecast around that. But the thing is that my original background growing up in Denmark in the 60s with an acoustic guitar, where on every park bench or any corner stop, in Copenhagen, people were sitting there playing, Dylan songs, protest, 60s, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm raised around the campfire with an acoustic guitar, and sort of always had this background that if you could entertain people at that with that limit amount of musical instrument, like an acoustic guitar, most of the time out of tune, it would be the true way of testing a song. Of course, in those years, I was playing Knocking on Heaven's Door and Blowing in the Wind. But it would, from that day on, be my foundation of any song that I would write. It always come from that start point. Like, let's say you're a chef, but you start with water and flour, no matter what you do, even if you do pudding. I mean, it's just the way it is. So when you take the White Lion sound and the big guitars away, you do have No More. You have Mike Tramp on that album, where it's just really singer-songwriter, and then you add to that, then it's always been my preference.
Yeah. I think that's the key thing, isn't it, to great songwriting, really? Still being able to tell that story.
It is. I mean, imagine if key songwriting was that you needed so much stuff around to make the song happening. A lot of times what we have experienced, and I'm sure 200 other bands would sign on for this comment, is that we sometimes end up in the studio fighting over an instrument and that it doesn't sound right, but in reality, the song is just not good enough. And it's not until we get to the point and realize, but the song just isn't good, so it doesn't matter how great a snare drum sound we get, it ain't going to make the song better. And the opposite is driving home from a rehearsal room in the 80s with a distorted recording on a cassette tape in your car, but saying, man, what a great song.
Yeah.
Through the distortion, you could hear that it was a great song, so anything else would always be a bonus.
Yeah, completely.
Absolutely awesome. There was one more track as well, Mike, I was listening to, and it's worth mentioning. I was just helping my daughter have a bath, and there was a song that come on, and I think the track was called Suddenly. I think that's right.
Yeah, suddenly. Well, it was, suddenly.
Yeah, her reaction was, "Oh, is this Mike Tramp?" Because I said I was going to put some on, and I said, "Yeah," and she said, "Oh, he's got a great voice." She thinks she's got a great voice as well. Interesting
enough, that's a song that I was in the Danish version of the Eurovision Song Contest in 2020 when the country was closed down, and Danish TV called me and says, we're going to do this behind closed doors without an audience and so on. So would you contribute a song? And even though we don't have enough time for that, I was actually in the true Eurovision Song Contest in 1978, but that's a different story.
Oh, wow.
So I was very familiar to that. And the memories of that was that you changed to be part of something. So I just said to them, all right. And all that I had in my mind was just, I was going to go perform a Mike Tramp song written for me, not written for anything else. I knew that it would never fit into the concept. But on a Saturday night, I would reach, especially during COVID times, the entire country of Denmark.
Fair play. That's awesome. So I think what we're going to do now is start the Dream Band process, aren't we?
Yeah, let's start the Dream Band process. So, Mike, have you had a chance to read through the email and stuff around what this podcast is all about?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily that I needed to sit and prepare myself. I got the concept that you needed the names and hopefully also some reasons behind it.
Brilliant. So the first position in this band is what you're going to be doing. So we decide first what you're going to be in this band.
I'm only really going to be what I can do, and it would be playing the rhythm guitar and singing.
Amazing.
Mega. Absolutely mega.
So when you say play rhythm guitar, Mike, which guitar are you picking for this band?
Well, I would actually be playing an acoustic guitar, and that would always take me back to some of the stuff that I've sort of grown up with, and at times in the 60s and the early 70s, the acoustic guitar had a much bigger impact than you thought that it has later on, when maybe later on, because hard rock became so much defined with the high gain guitars and things like that, and then the acoustic guitar would sort of represent country western and things like that when you had acoustic guitar. But when you listen to the Stones, of course, when you listen to the Beatles, and of course when you listen to the Zeppelin, the acoustic guitar is such a major instrument in so many of the songs. Sometimes you can't hear it, but Street Fighting Man, with Stones, where he does that riff, recorded on a cassette recorder and things like that, is just really of the jingling that you can get out of that kind of instrument that you can't get on too distorted guitar, because it just really just compresses the sound. So it's always been one. And later on in my career, a master of this element was Jeff Lynne. First in ELO, but especially when you started taking on, producing Tom Petty, one of my favorite artists, and even George Harrison, there was always this wall of acoustic guitars that just jingles in there, and it's just one of my favorite instruments. I have a massive collection of acoustic guitars, and it is my preference over anything.
Oh, amazing! I love the texture it brings to songs. In a mix, and you got that textural element.
Well, I mean, Oasis is another perfect example of how much doon, which of course goes back to Slade. Yeah. And it's just one of those things. Sometimes it's a battle on a stage between two guitar players on electric to get an acoustic guitar out in a PA, especially in a big ass arena. It really is difficult, but when you record it and you slowly mix it into the field, even though you might not be totally hearing the definition, it's in there with a hi-hat, it's in there with a shake or tambourine. It adds a rhythm that nothing else can add.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely. It does bridge that gap between percussion and melody, doesn't it? There's not many instruments like that at all.
I love it.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't. It really does. It's phenomenal. There's nothing like an open E minor.
Yeah.
So you say you've got a large collection of acoustic guitars. Do you have a favourite that you'd use in this project?
I have this one right here, my Martin HD 28, and it simply just gets better and better with the years. It's just an acoustic guitar. It really is not meant to be anything but something you play knocking on heaven's door and 5 million other songs. But the feeling of how well that instrument is built compared to sometimes when you pick up a cheaper instrument and you just see, okay, well, they just slapped a piece of wood together and put the strings on and my fingers hurt. Yeah. But this one just ages really well, but then at the same time also have a vintage J45 Gibson, which is so different. And there instantly you have that tendency of wanting to play a little bit more Stones, a little more dig into it a little harder, where the Martin is a softer playing guitar.
More delicate.
Inspires the kind of song that you want to work on as well.
But definitely, I mean, you can, that's sometimes maybe the only reasons why you have 5 or 6 acoustic guitars. If it's a 12-string, if it's a J45 or if it's a J200. I have the HD28 Vintage Martin, and I have the Eric Clapton smaller body. Each guitar will instantly make you wanting to write something different, because I'm the kind of guitar player or songwriter, let me put it that first, songwriter. The second I pick up a guitar, I start playing a new song. I never have played anybody else's song. I can't play Wish You Were Here, Stairway to Heaven. I've never even attempted it. I instantly start just playing a couple of chord progressions, and it'll tell me if I'm ready to write a song or if I'm going to put it in the case. And I usually will not sit with it for any longer than 10 minutes and put it in the case, or I will write something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. Yeah,
it is actually. True songwriter, isn't it? True songwriter approach. Wicked. Right. Unfortunately, Mike, we have got a couple of rules.
Time for the rules, baby.
We have. So we apologise in advance for these. But
Rules are good.
Just puts a little twist on things. So
Okay.
the first rule is you can't have any current or past band members in this dream band.
And then rule number 2 is you can't choose more than one member from the same band. So you can't choose all of Fleetwood Mac, for instance.
Why would you?
Why would you? Oh, exactly. Did you say current? They can't be passed away, right?
No, it can't be current or past band members. You can't have anyone.
We
from your
can
past
resurrect,
either.
though, can't we? We can resurrect.
We can
So
resurrect, yes,
if it's someone who has passed away, we can magically bring them back.
to be in this band.
Yeah.
As a one-off.
No. Well, some are here, some are not here. But it still there's a reason behind why one would choose them.
Yes, exactly.
It's after all a dream. It's not going to happen.
Yes.
You never know; it could happen.
I hope it does.
Maybe not if you need to resurrect, but yeah, it could
There's an
happen.
afterlife. There's an afterlife.
Indeed. Okay, so first up, we're going to go through your dream drummer.
My dream drummer is, without a question, Roger Taylor, Queen.
Oh wow!
Oh, wicked choice.
I grew up being a massive Queen fan.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I'm a fan of the band. I'm a fan of the songs, and I'm, et cetera, et cetera. I'm a fan of the band, et cetera, et cetera. Goes on. As I become a songwriter myself and a sort of a musician, band member, et cetera, and I start now leaning up against what they're doing and what they did, how did they make that work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You slowly start understanding, and some of that have even taken 35, 40 years, believe it or not, before one day you really, maybe you show up at a rehearsal room and says, man, I can't believe I have never heard this before, but without him playing that song would never have had what it is.
Yeah.
And you suddenly just discover it, because in the beginning you think because your hair is as long as them or you're wearing the same pants, you're equally as good as them, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Roger Taylor is a songwriter, is a singer.
Yeah.
That makes a complete difference in his drumming.
Yeah.
That he's not playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. He's listening to the vocal.
Yeah.
He's in the song. He understands the difference between the verse, the bridge, the chorus, the C part, the re-intro, the guitar solo. He knows where he are at all these different parts. There are a lot of great drummers that just is a click track through in the whole song. It's just that there, and you know what? It might work for Slipknot, but it's not going to work for "You're My Best Friend" or somebody you love.
Yeah.
And there is something, and obviously I've seen a lot of interviews with Roger Taylor talking about the difference between how to hit a hi-hat and a snare drum and creating that sound. And no matter what he's recorded, equivalent to Ringo Starr, which is another thing that I never realized. It's not until later in your life, because people thought Ringo Starr always was just somebody sitting on that joke and he couldn't play drums. And if they had Ian Pace on drums, the Beatles would have been better. Of course not. Ringo Starr is as important as the four other guys to create the sound of that. And when you discover that is when you really maybe appreciate your band members or you fire them in how important they are to the sound. And therefore, Roger Taylor, man,
That's a
what a
brilliant
drummer,
choice. Brilliant
what
choice.
a songwriter, what a singer, what a Swiss Army knife from a little outside London.
Yeah, I could not agree
Indeed.
more, to be honest. I'm a huge Queen fan. I mean, I think everybody should be a huge Queen fan, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Their run of songs that they've written, and do you know what I mean? The lasting
Yeah.
legacy of Queen is incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't it?
you have to go back. You have to go back to the beginning. You cannot start with another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
You have to go back and see how these four brilliant musicians manage. I mean, every member in that band has written a number one hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in any other band on earth, and it's just incredible.
Absolutely. I don't know if you're a fan of their second album, Queen 2.
Queen 2. I mean, Queen 2. You got the Mona Lisa, and you got the Sistine Chapel, and you got the Queen 2.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful, progressive album, actually. I think it's quite progressive for its time.
It's way beyond, and it's interesting. Always was very interesting for me because this was sort of about the time when I'm after school.
Yeah.
I would be working for a guy writing pop magazines in Denmark, and every weekend he would send me into the main train station to buy New Musical Express, Melody Maker, and a couple other European music magazines. So I already got very early introduced to that. And my memories are of how much they were slacking Queen.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And never really understood it. And I don't think you will find any musician today going back and rediscovering Queen 2 is like, wow.
It's absolutely mega. Have you got any related stories with Roger Taylor? Have you met him at all, Mike, along the...
I have met both. I mean, I have not met them the way I wanted to meet them.
Yeah.
I met them at a party that, you sort of almost got brushed away, not by them, but just because there's a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But my fondest memory was that in 1977, on the Day of the Races tour, they played Copenhagen, and my band had first row seats, so I was sitting straight in front of Freddie Mercury, which happens to be my overall hero, and. Sort of towards the end of the shows, people were like standing up and moving towards. So I got straight up in front. And at the end, Freddie Mercury comes out with a big bouquet of carnations. And he gave me a red carnation that I put in my window in a glass of water. And he was standing there till even the water disappeared. I just simply did not want the memory to fade away.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Oh, amazing. I bet that was a class show.
Last year on the tour in America, a friend of mine who's a big just music collector, CDs, bootleg and stuff like that, gave me a double CD bootleg from that show.
Oh,
Wow.
So so you're going back 47 years and trying to now close your eyes and remember you sitting right in front of what you're hearing.
amazing.
Yeah. It's like getting goosebumps thinking about it.
Because it was first special because I was still a little too young, but I still had the interest, and I know everything from that show, his wardrobe, the PA system, and everything, because I had a big interest from earlier years in the stage setup. I was never in rock and roll for the tits and ass and beer. I was always in rock and roll once I got in there for the full package for what that was. And once again, Queen early on said that they were investing all their income in the show they were doing next. And I always had so much high respect for that.
Amazing. Yeah.
Class. I like that.
What a first pick.
Yeah, I'm well happy with
Yeah,
that.
it's downhill from there. Well, not really.
Yeah, we'll see. Do you have any honourable mentions?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, obviously, because I've been in hard rock most of the time, and once I got into the hard rock, I was completely blinded and thinking that harder was better and faster was better, etc., etc. That eventually would change once I started going, into my, I have 16 solo albums. Once I really started writing and understand why is it this song is so good and why is it feels so good. It's just got a bass and a guitar and a keyboard, but it feels so good. It would always be the drummer.
Yeah.
It always would be the drama. And recently, I just read a book about the making of Rumors. Fleetwood Mac's big hit, and Mick Fleetwood actually says if the drum sucks, the song will not work. Therefore, Mick Fleetwood would be definitely a second drummer. Because there is once again a unique man that plays to the voice and plays to the song, and not about if he can twirl the sticks.
Yeah.
No, and I've been watching some videos on YouTube recently of Fleetwood Mac, and him live is just an amazing sight, isn't it?
I mean, he's a chef. He's like cooking up there.
Yeah.
He's not playing the drums. He's cooking. I mean,
it's incredible to watch.
Right, a lot of times he plays the drum fill backwards, and you just have no idea. But it's all about the sound.
Yeah.
What sits in the picture, unbelievable.
I completely agree.
Yeah, a good honourable mention as well.
Indeed. Right, who we got next, Danny?
Right, we just need to figure out: have you got a rhythm guitarist? Have you got a keyboard player? That's who we're going to pick.
Yeah,
out
I mean, I have the players that's asked of me. In reality, yeah. So I'm not just making them up on the spot, but at the same time, it wouldn't really be making it up on the spot because I kind of have the philosophy around putting that kind of band together because I would imagine you would be football fans, but I can't take it for granted. I've grown up in Denmark with before it was called Premier League. So I grew up with English football already since I was like 8 years old. And it's one of my passions. We don't need to mention what team I support because that's a different story.
No, we should. Reveal it. Who do you support?
Okay, but then instead of that, let me put the short story about when my mom one day came home from had been shopping around in the kind of store that sells pots and pans and plates and stuff like that. I don't really know what's the English word for that is. Like we have a word in Danish, but that kind of store.
Yeah.
And she came back with 3 tea mugs.
Okay.
for me and my 2 brothers, and they were all English football teams, and they all had the color red in them. And we reached out, and my older brother picked Liverpool.
Yep.
And my younger brother picked Manchester United, and I picked Arsenal. And it's been like that ever since.
When you said red football teams, I thought he was going to pick the one that I support then, which is, of course, being from Nottingham Forest.
I thought you maybe would say you could have been Sunderland,
Absolutely not. And actually, this weekend, this Saturday, is Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. That is this weekend's game.
I will think of you, and you will think of me.
Yeah, as we're getting thrashed.
I think we both know what the outcome will be.
Yes, we know what the outcome will be already.
Yes.
Yeah. So in that way, the reason why I was saying that, so I remember when I was 2, or maybe we didn't even have a TV. I don't know. But in the World Cup in 1970. I have no recollection of, but the World Cup in 1974 was massive for me. Holland was my team. They should have beaten Germany. Johan Cruyff is my hero, etc., etc. Nice orange color you got behind for the Dutch football team. And we in the store, my mom again once bought us these books where you could go down and buy some bubble gum, and you would get like 5 football cards, and to put all the teams together of the players that were coming in from the countries. So very specific. But in the center, you could put your dream team together, your World Cup dream team together, and things like that. And so we always talk about that. And because I am a sport freak, and I have seen teams including my own and also my brother's team, by star players that didn't fit on the team.
Yes, that's a good point.
You also have to think about that in music. It's not matter of just, getting, Eddie Van Halen into a band. He's not necessarily going to be making the band better. He's just going to draw some attention away from the songs and things like that. So when I'm putting my dream band together, it is all about playing for the song.
Yeah.
Yep, I like that.
And people that would work within my songwriting.
It's got to
which
blend.
you eventually will see.
It's got to blend, hasn't it? It's got to blend together.
It's got to blend, definitely.
So next member is then your dream rhythm guitarist.
Well, I thought you were going to go bass first because we're building the rhythm section, but so in that way, as I mentioned before, I'm completely into the songwriting and where the guitar is at time more accompanying the vocal than the vocal following a heavy guitar riff, like if it was AC/DC or things like that, which would be Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, cool.
And a phenomenal guitar player to just appear when you least expect, with a killer riff, with a killer melody line for the guitar that just gives the singer such a beautiful wave to surf on.
I like that.
Always in respect of the song and the vocal. And if there is space for a solo, I'll play a little solo. But you know what? It doesn't have to be. So I'm totally from that world, even though I now play. I've resurrected White Lion, which of course is legendary, known for very well-known guitar solos in each song. Also what I call the singer's break for a glass of water,
Serves a purpose.
It's just, or change the jacket, depending on the length of the solo. So Mike Campbell is a guy that I might even hope that I'll get to record with.
Mega. I mean, he's got a great guitar sound as well, hasn't he? It sonically works.
His
so
knowledge
well.
of choosing the right guitar and the right amp the less he does, the stronger it is, and that's a dilemma for guitar players that they're not very good at.
Do you have that dilemma, Danny?
Yeah, of course. Like every other guitarist in the world.
Well, it's just the way it is. It's.
Have you got a favourite track by him, or is that a difficult question?
It is.
Well, it's not.
Maybe a favourite album.
Yeah,
like
no. But, I mean, I could say in a minute, but I mean, the track that it's called "You Got Lucky." Dun, 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 dun. And that, I mean, it's like, again, when the guitar finally comes in, it's like, but I couldn't pick one Tom Petty track where he's played anything wrong.
Sign of a good player, isn't it?
I mean, you can go American Girl, American.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Free Falling. I mean, everybody loves that song.
Yeah, I might think that credit has to be given to Tom Petty, and at that moment, didn't he write that song with Jeff from the Eurythmics?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's producing that record, so it's just one of those.
Have you got any related stories at all? I'm intrigued.
The few people that sort of has been my guidance along the way, because as I got into hard rock, I instantly became competition with my heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was like, people, that sort of, that would just like, let's just say they were 5-6 years ahead of me, David Roth, Van Halen, Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, etc. They were the ones that I loved their records until I became part of the world. Yeah. And now they were my competition. So when the lights got turned off and the smoke cleared, I would always be listening to what called me home, and that would be Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It would be Springsteen. It would be Dylan. It's where I come as a songwriter, and it's always where I would go to first. We started talking about the acoustic guitar. It's my go-to first.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that I'll go to before anything else, before I go for my hairbrush. It's like the acoustic guitar is the first thing. And it brings me home. When you're lost, go back to where you started. And I just see myself sitting there, age 12, playing Far, Far Away with Slade, and all my friends from my class singing along.
Great memories.
Yes, I like it, mate. I like it.
Right.
Next member.
Your dream bass player. This is my favourite member because I am a bass player. I'm sure you won't disappoint.
Yeah, okay.
There it is.
Well, this is going to be a great band, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Now, the first thing most people would say, Jailbreak, or Emerald.
Yeah.
Now, for those of us who knows the beginning of Phil Lynott and the beginning of Thin Lizzy, but especially the beginning of Phil Lynott, and sort of pay attention to what it is he really comes out with on especially the first 3 albums, where they at times are all over the place. I don't know how many really notice how much Phil Lynott is really an acoustic guitar player playing bass. His move and things like that. It's, and I don't know how many, but he played at many times. Of course, that's also, and that, not because of his color, but he's so much Hendrix too with his bass, where it's in between everything. It's not always on the downbeat. He's just able to do some things. Again, he plays the bass to the vocal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there is a difference, and Hendrix played the guitar to the vocal, or vice versa. It's not just da-na, da-na, ba-na, it's not down, and it does give something incredible. I always, now, obviously you're kind enough to mention, that I got White Line Volume, my Tramp songs of White Line Volume 3 out. What I've experienced with these songs that I wrote in the early 80s and would go into the studio, put a lyric sheet up, the red light would go on, and I would sing it, reading that, and, of course, the melody line that I created. Later on in life, when you now have played these songs 500 times live, now you write the song before the song, like I ride a bike or a horse, before the song was writing you.
Okay.
Now you have that freedom. Phil Lynott, Springsteen, and Dylan have this, and Hendrix has this ability to move away from the grid. Now we're talking about people recording Pro Tools where you have, you just see the square boxes of where the beat is in. And I don't have a problem saying, and, I'm proud of my songs, but, in the early years, I didn't have the free flow. I was, stiff. I wasn't, couldn't feel. With times, especially once I started singing a song live, I let go of the click track.
Yeah.
And things like that. And I've always measured that up around Phil Lynott. I know we're talking about a bass player, but the way he's able to be so. He might start behind the beat and get, but at the end he's back in and he just got that free flow, and that is just my dream of being able to own a song that well that you so are free with. There was a time that I was going to do Born to Run as an encore. And that has some pretty sort of complicated lyrics because it's written by the singer, the way he's going to sing it, and it's not necessarily written on the beat. Sometimes I'm too much with, it takes 7 syllables to get through this line. Springsteen has written a line that he just tries to fit in, where the words means more than the rhythm of it. Yeah. So he finds his way around. And I couldn't manage that song until the lyrics were one with me.
Yeah.
Then I could start picking the guitar up and feel free because I couldn't sing the song on the beat. And that's what I get both from Phil Lynott's bass playing and the singing that comes out. So therefore, again, he's totally my favorite bass player in that way. He totally plays for the song, and he sits in places that I haven't heard any quote-unquote rock bass players play.
I think you're completely right in terms of when you said like he's like an acoustic guitar player, because he does get those it's almost like a textural thing as well, isn't it? The kind of up and down stroke of the pick.
Yeah, there's a lot of bass players who doesn't have an upbeat.
Yes, it's all down.
Because it's something because it's like who's gonna play up with the pick, you know? Either you play with the fingers or you play no, you know.
Yeah.
But Phil will go do, and you know, of course, you know, like some of the boogies, Thin Lizzy, and the shuffles they have is just phenomenal, and you know, and it's always for the softer Phil Lynott that he's my favorite bass player.
Dancing in the Moonlight is a good track for his bass lines. And he gives songs a
There you go.
heartbeat, doesn't he?
Well, there you go. Do.
Yeah. Oh,
it's just relaxed, isn't it? I know exactly what you mean, and I think not only has he got that. He's got that iconic tone, which you know it's him playing straight away. He gives the song a heartbeat, and there's not many bass players that can accommodate for two lead guitarists to drift away and harmonise. And there's no gap, there's no void.
He fills it out completely with his playing, and he lets the guitarists do their own thing.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. We're both inspired, aren't we, by Thin Lizzy? So,
yeah. Huge
over the years.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. Again, you know, there's times when most British hard rock bands that came there after that, if it's Maiden or UFO and things like that, I mean, you got to tip your hat to Phil Lynott, especially. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you only have to look at their back catalogue. It's absolutely stacked with hits, isn't it? Catchy tunes. Seen them a few times, but unfortunately, never got to see Phil playing bass. But
unfortunately, I only saw them once too, and you know, I never got to see them with their classic lineup. I got to see them on the Chinatown tour. You know, but you know, to me, the memories are the songs.
Yeah. They'll stand the test of time, won't they, Mike?
Yeah, really, and I'm glad that I didn't end up seeing one of the final shows when Phil was not in his best health and stuff like that. So therefore, Live from the Rainbow Theater is probably one of the best TV live concerts. It's just a band on stage playing rock and roll.
Oh, this band's amazing, Mike.
It's a legendary lineup so far.
We're on to the next member, your dream lead guitarist.
Who are you picking?
I had my number one person I would have had there cannot be there because I already have another member from his band, and that would have been Brian May.
Yeah.
So it would have been Brian May.
Yeah, it would have been Brian May. That's all cool.
Yeah, it would have been Brian May. But again, because the man is a phenomenal songwriter, and everything is paying homage to the melody of the song in guitar playing, and not how cool can I facial expressions and stuff like that. Brian May, there is no, and of course I'm massive Eddie Van Halen fan. I knew Eddie personal stuff like that. I'm a massive Hendrix. There are, of course, the gods and stuff like that. But when it comes to a guitar player that can cover every single aspects of the guitar, I only think there's one person, and that is Brian May.
Yeah, and it's funny how you mentioned that he doesn't try to be cool, but I think because he's not trying to be cool, that makes him one of the coolest guitarists ever.
He can claim that he is the only rock guitar player who performed in white clocks on stage. Wood clocks.
Incredible. Honestly, his guitar tone, you know it's him instantly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He cuts through the mix like, it's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it really goes against, I mean, he's actually, you would probably say that he would basically be, you know, an amp or pedal manufacturer's worst nightmare, because everything of Brian May is Brian May.
Yes.
It's not what he plays. It's not his Vox amps. He's making the Vox amps work for him for what he wants. Playing with a pens, I mean, it's not supposed to work.
It's not. It's
completely unique, isn't it? Though
Yeah.
it's like there's only one Brian May.
Yeah.
There's only one Brian May. Incredible.
It's mad. It's actually infuriating. So I go out and get a guitar like that, which is not. It's not a cheap guitar, but then you.
That's a Paul Reed Smith. Yeah.
And then Brian's there with a fireplace. Is chiseled, and it sounds 100 times better.
Yeah. With a neck that fat.
Yeah.
Baseball bat.
You have to get both hands around it.
Wow. Two-hander.
Yeah. Have we got any more members?
Yeah. Do you have any more members?
You got to have the ebony and ivory.
Okay, so we've got a keys player then. So
You got to. I mean, you know what? And again, once again, it was in the hard rock years, the 80s years, that keyboard was banished, even though it was on the record. And I always tell this story about how the keyboard players got hidden behind the curtain because it messed up the flow of the stage. It had worked in Deep Purple and Uriah Heep.
Yeah.
Because the way they were staying, but now we're running around and stuff like, and most bands, the keyboard player just didn't fit, and most keyboard players in the 80s didn't look good. It didn't have, stuff like that. So they got hidden behind the
Brutal.
But the sound, but the keyboard, when you listen to not so much White Lion, but you couldn't do Bon Jovi without the keyboard, and of course in Def Leppard they used the keyboards in different ways.
Yeah.
Keyboard players, I mean, I toured with bands where the keyboard players down at the side of the stage, and after the show, when we were backstage parties, none of the girls from the audience that had gotten invited backstage knew the keyboard player, so he was all like, they thought he was a waiter.
Amazing. Poor keyboard players.
He's got like a shower curtain around him.
Exactly. Is this why the keytar was invented?
I was going to say. To give a bit of...
what an instrument. Oh, what an instrument.
Yeah,
It's the most flamboyant instrument there is, surely, the keytar. You've got to have some confidence to pull that off.
You've got to be a confident guy or gal to be able to pull
so
that instrument off.
with my keyboard player, again, I stick to the concept that done from the start. Everything is based upon being a great songwriter and a great player at the same time who understands your instrument. I'm actually going across the ocean to where I am right now. I'm actually going to Jonathan Cain from Journey.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Of course, he's written the biggest radio song, Don't Stop Believing. That is a keyboard riff right there. From the second, I knew Jonathan Cain from the Babies, but the second he got into Journey and wrote, the 4 big hits on his first albums there, Who's Crying Out, Faithfully, Don't Stop Believing, with Steve Perry. And his piano playing fitting into the band, and later on anything that is done, is somebody I would very much both love to write and work with, and I've admired him from day one, and he would fit perfectly in with this.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, definitely.
All that melody on top of that groove, and
exactly that. It's all about that. It's all about
You're still in that mindset. I like that, Mike.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think a lot of players sometimes, it didn't exist in the 60s. It didn't really exist in the 70s, but the 80s did a lot of bad damage to musicians, and because that 80s sound became so compressed and actually, a lot of times, this might be a little bit of a silly comment, but it isn't. As much as White Lion was basing our vibe around Van Halen, we had a Vito Bratta guitar player, was in the vein of an Eddie Van Halen. Our songwriting has nothing to do with Van Halen, etc., and my voice has nothing to do with David Lee Roth's. One of the things we misunderstood was actually the importance of the bass. So we would go in and basically have the drums and the bass just lock into an 8-note beat. And then the guitar player do roller coasting in and out and stuff like that. Now, when you go back and listen to Van Halen, you understand how much cream, how much grooving there is between, Alex Van Halen and Michael Anthony, how much movement the bass really is doing, and which has made Van Halen such a unique band, and why their songs groove so well.
Yeah.
But when it comes into a lot of us 80s bands, and I'm not blaming anything on anybody, but you can go from Def Leppard to Bon Jovi and to Dog and to White Lion, stuff like that. A lot of the bass is very sterile.
Yeah,
these days, our old bass player and one of my best friends, James Lomento from White Lion, plays in Megadeth. So he's obviously right now doing a lot of bass playing.
Yes.
and we always talked about that because, interesting enough, James was like a John Entwistle fan
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
totally.
And then he comes into White Lion, and then he ends up playing doom 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 doom
Yeah.
doom.
Sequence
Doom, doom,
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hindsight, you know, is 2020. Now looking back, it's so clear what should have been done to up the beat and things like that. But you don't know that until later on.
No, it's hindsight, isn't it? That's
Bass praise.
bass praise, yeah. But no, yeah.
And then he started talking about the acoustic guitar. I did not allow an acoustic guitar into the White Lion studio
Really?
because we were playing hard rock guitar.
Rock, yes. Oh.
I mean, except for when the children cry, but no,
Yeah.
things like that. So stupidity. Inexperience.
It's that journey that you're on as a musician, isn't it? You know, you go through these things. I mean, some of the things we've done in the past is like, why did we do that?
Questionable.
Yeah. Questionable.
Yeah,
at
I mean,
best.
in reality, the word demo is really for you to demo it and listen back to it and go, that didn't work, let's try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Therefore, the demo is much more important than the recording session because demo is when you try it out. The studio's when the meter runs and you better hurry up.
Interesting times, eh?
Oh, Mike, this has been fantastic.
What a
This
great
is-
band.
I think it's time to summarise your choices.
Your dream band choices. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're just going to summarise your band. So if we just run through your choices again, Mike.
We got the great drummer, voice, and songwriter Roger Taylor behind the big Ludwig kick with the best tom sounds of any drummer ever. Go the bass, Phil Lynott on the bass, of course, my own hero, both as a songwriter, singer, and as a bass player on bass. On guitar, we got Mike Campbell, known from the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers band. Now he's got his own band, phenomenal guitar players, but most of all, a great guy who plays in the song. And keyboard, we got Jonathan Cain from Journey. On the Ebony and Ivory, a fantastic songwriter, fantastic keyboard player that, again, accompanies all the four members that I just mentioned, respects the singer. Understand
Indeed,
that the
yeah.
singer is what we play to. He doesn't sing to us. We play to him.
Of course. And then I've got you on acoustic guitar and vocals.
Yeah, so they might have a problem once in a while feeling that they're playing to me.
It's going to be class, Mike. I love it. So this is normally the hardest part for people who come on the podcast. We're going to ask you to name the band.
Name your dream band, baby.
Can you think of a name? It's really hard.
I mean, no pressure, but the members are
there.
up here, and I think the name needs to match that as well.
I actually have, you know what? I actually have like a little box of names that with times that I always said, oh man, why didn't I call my band this? This name of this band is called Brick.
Brick. Simple.
Brick. I like it. I like
You can already see the logo. You already see the logo.
I can see it.
Boom. Done.
Brick.
I'm off to see Brick tonight.
You can see that. You can see
Yeah.
that on the top of a lineup, can't you?
Yeah.
On the top of a
You
festival.
already the font. I mean, any idiot could make the.
What kind of brick are we talking? Are we talking a house brick or are we talking a Lego brick?
Oh,
That was-
I wasn't
Well, I
thinking
mean,
Lego.
you know, I mean, of course, that's down the line. You're making the logo out of Lego bricks.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
there we go. And obviously merchandise. You're gonna stretch into the field of you can buy the band in Lego form.
Yeah, the first T-shirt is just a whole red brick wall
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
with no logo.
No logo, just bricks.
It's just bricks.
It sells itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
sells
does.
itself. Perfect.
I have got a quick question, Mike, before we sort of wrap up. I'm intrigued and I'd really like to know, have you got like a top 3 like standout shows that you've played throughout your extensive career?
That's a great question.
I'm sorry I'm putting you on the spot here, but
No. I mean, I might not be able to say it in 2 seconds, but and it probably might not even be in the right order. But let me go the opposite way of just saying, 1993, The Underworld with Freak of Nature, our first show in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Which became which for that band became our second home. There's a lot of places in England that's legendary, and it's not for its comfort and lightning. Let's go back now to January, February. I can't remember exactly the date. 88, when White Lion is playing the legendary Original Marquee Club.
Oof.
Mike, that's flipping awesome.
And we played 3 sold out shows there, and I remember walking from the hotel and already see the punters in line out there, and it's something that I hadn't done before.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it had a different thing. Therefore, I will jump also to what they call Memorial Day 1988, Indianapolis, Market Square Arena. Our opening show with AC/DC.
Ooh.
Whoa.
On a 2.5 month tour, over 40 shows, and we're in the dressing room putting the set list together. The set list was together, but there's a little bit of shaking because we're very much aware what band we're playing with tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I bet. Oh,
Okay,
I can only
and
imagine.
we didn't know if we should play When the Children Cry.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah.
Will it blend?
You know,
Yeah.
but we finally decide that we have to be men and we have to stand behind our songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we start playing that song, 25,000 big lighters
Yeah.
lit up the
Amazing.
Market Square Arena, and it was just like,
Magical.
That would have been emotional. Definitely.
Yeah.
it was just that.
Goosebumps.
Few days later, down the hallway, Brian Johnson came up to us and says, "Really nice to see girls in the audience."
Amazing.
That's brilliant. I like that.
Oh, awesome, dude.
Oh, dude, this is awesome. Have you? Want to just give you a chance? Obviously, you got the album coming out. So, what's the date for that, Mike?
That's September 19th. I mean, in the old days, we would be at the HMV on Ottawa Records at Tottenham, like Piccadilly Circus or whatever what used to be, or stuff like that. These days, it's like, have you ordered it on Amazon, or whatever,
Yeah, I have to be honest. The streaming thing just doesn't feel as special for me anymore.
I carry vinyl on the shows. We're doing the 4 shows in the UK. Starting on November 5th in London at the Underworld, and then we're at November 7th in Hard Rock Hell in Wales, and we're playing Buckley at Wales on November 7th. No, and then we play Sheffield and Buckley.
They're going to be absolutely banging shows.
Let's hope so.
They will be, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, dude. It's been an absolute treat and a real privilege.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah,
taking the time out to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
My
Legend.
pleasure, guys. And maybe I'll run into you down the line when one day we'll play Nottingham again.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I really hope so. I really do hope so.
But no, thank you very much
Good
for
luck in
joining
the
us.
afternoon.
Thanks, Mike.
You guys stay cool. Thanks for supporting rock and roll.
Always.
Always. Yeah, that's never going to change.
Keep ripping out these riffs, okay?
Yes. We're going to go and put some White Line on now.
Yeah, we'll do.
Listen to War Song.
War Song.
War song, okay. We'll bang it on. We'll bang it on.
Thank you, guys.
Wicked.
Cheers, dude.
See you, dude.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, hey.
Here he is. Every time. How you doing, Danny?
Welcome back to the evaluation process.
Evaluate.
I don't think... we need a sample.
We've got one.
Have we?
Yeah.
Evaluate. No, we've got... Have we?
Evaluate your... No.
No, I don't think we've got one.
Summarise. I was doing the summarise sample. We need an evaluate sample. Yes, we do.
Yes, well...
That's the next one.
That's the next one to work on. What a pleasure.
What a legend.
Actually, editing this, I mean, there's some bits that...
Did you cry?
Yeah. Did I cry?
Yeah.
No, I didn't cry. But it was wonderful listening to it. I think I could have sat there all night listening to his stories. I bet he's got loads of stories to talk about.
Oh my God, we could have been chatting for about 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And we still would have got to the bottom of every single story.
Yeah, I mean the amount of bands that Mike and White Line have been on tour with was ridiculous.
Everyone.
It was like Wikipedia in it, weren't we? And it was like
It's endless.
everyone from Aerosmith to
Kiss.
Bon Jovi to Kiss to AC/DC, and
Everyone.
the list goes on. Ridiculous.
What a legend.
But he was very kind with his time.
He was, yes.
He was very kind with
That's
his
a lovely
time.
way of putting it. He was
Yeah.
very kind with his time because we talk a lot of shit.
We do talk a lot of shit.
So shall we move on to evaluating his dream band, Danny?
Indeed.
First of all, we'll go with what Mike Tramp was in the band.
Vocals and acoustic guitar.
Of course.
A wonderful combination. I've listened to... It depends what you listen to. You listen to White Line and what his solo stuff does. It's very diverse. He's got the ability to sort of jump genres.
He definitely has. I mean, was it his solo stuff that was a bit more country?
Yes. So the track we just had another listen to this track called No More. Really, really catchy.
It is, but his voice stands out, doesn't it? As like a really like. You mean one of the best bits?
Yeah, I think I said it before when I was interviewing him. It's like this like stadium rock vocal tone that he's got. He's got that kind of delivery.
It just works.
But yeah, and it translates really well into the storytelling rock genre of like country rock for me.
Is that what you'd call it? Storytelling genre.
It's like country rock. It's all about storytelling.
I got in my truck.
It translates really well, and I can tell. Like listening to him, you can see. I picked up on like the Bruce Springsteen inspiration. You know, he was saying about Bob Dylan and Tom Petty, and you can hear that in his solo material. And then when we listen to the new release War Song, which is an old White Lion track, right?
I believe so. Yes,
Yeah.
It's literally just come out.
Sounds banging. It's high energy.
It's definitely
very high
It's
energy.
banging. And what I love about his voice is it always sits perfectly in that range. Like, I know we've listened to Tom Petty for a pick later on.
Yeah.
But Tom Petty's sometimes becomes a little bit unintelligible.
In what way?
You can't kind of hear his words.
Enunciation. With diction and stuff. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, Mike's.
And he sits in that realm where, like, oh, what's he saying?
What's he saying? Yeah.
Whereas Mike sits in that perfect range, I think. The perfect mid-range. It's not annoying. It sits above everything else, and it just stands out really, like, do you know what I mean? Clear and powerfully.
It's a really like pleasing key and tone, isn't it? It's got like that rasp as well that sits nice on the edge of the voice. Wonderful.
He doesn't have to do what
Wonderful
you do and go into that annoying mid-range. Exactly. You don't have to resort to that.
That's what the rest of us have to do. Yeah, he's just a naturally gifted singer. And,
He is.
A really talented songwriter, isn't he? So,
And I love that he's playing guitar as well, acoustic guitar. Because we talked about it in the interview, but the texture it brings.
I mean, are you an Eagles fan? Are you a fan of the Eagles?
No, not particularly.
Oh, that's a shame. I had a feeling that
Did you think I would be? Did you think I would be?
Well, but like you said, a lot of that kind of 60s, 70s rock, particular 70s, wasn't it? 70s
Yeah, it was,
rock.
yeah.
It did rely heavily on the acoustic guitar for
Well, it was always there, wasn't it? As a textual element in the background.
Yeah.
Like any time like the guitars would come down a little bit at the end of a riff or something, the guitar working away in the background. And I like that.
And it's another glue. It sits with the bass as like another glue between the percussion and the melodic instrument. It does both,
I think I said this before, but I think it becomes like a
condiment. An acoustic condiment.
It becomes part of the rhythm section, doesn't it? Like just like part of the rhythm section.
I know that you agree on this, but there's some modern rock albums that have started to reintroduce like this kind of reinforced guitar sound with acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
And two examples I'm going to give is Alice in Chains.
Oh, yes.
They like layer acoustic guitars onto certain tracks, don't they? And Creed on their latest.
Creed have done, on Full Circle.
Yeah.
It's on there a lot. In fact, it's on most of the tracks, isn't it?
I just think
apart from Bread of
works.
Shame.
Yeah, you don't need it on that one, do you?
No, I mean Stephen Wilson uses it a lot on Porcupine Tree as well. For a while now, he's been using it, but that's from the kind of 60s, 70s prog, really. I suppose that influence, isn't it?
I just think it works really well.
It does
really, really well. And instead of having, like you spoke about this, if you've got two electric guitars, sometimes they can tread on each other's toes.
Yeah,
but the acoustic can do its own thing, and wonderful. So we're off to a good start.
Of course. Who's the first pick, Danny?
Roger Taylor from the legendary band Queen. So we picked out a couple of songs that we know that Roger Taylor wrote because we all know that he's a rock solid drummer. Serves the song. He's got that. No, his fills are like quite kind of they groove, but they like roll and they're relaxed and serve the song beautifully. He doesn't overplay, does he?
It's sort of pop, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no real like I said, overplaying. There's no overplaying. It's just serves the song perfectly.
Did you notice that he sounds like a better Rod Stewart when he sings? Well?
Yes, yeah. What song was that we listened to?
That was "I'm in Love with My Car."
Oh yeah.
I mean, some of the lyrics are ridiculous in that song, aren't they? But it's catchy.
It's got a great when he does the high harmonies as well.
Mega.
I mean, we were lucky enough to see him, weren't we, at the Ice Arena?
Yeah.
When it was Adam Lambert they played with.
Yeah, I mean that guy's got a killer voice as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's no Freddie though.
There is no. Freddie can't be replaced.
Was his son playing as well at the time? I believe his son
yeah,
was
he might
there.
have been, yeah.
I think
Maybe.
it was the 2 drum kits.
Yeah, he might have played something when...
I can't remember.
Yeah, did he step forward and play some acoustic or something?
Yes, I believe
his
so.
lad played drums, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a great show, that was. I mean, it was just them two, wasn't it? Brian and Roger, but...
Yeah. Yeah, John Deacon.
Closest we'll get.
John Deacon disappeared.
Yeah, great bass player.
Yeah, great
Really
bass
good.
player.
Yeah, really good. We had to listen to another song, which you found this out. I didn't know he wrote this song. These Are the Days of Our Lives. And I've always found this song quite, I don't know, it's a real tearjerker for me.
Yeah.
When you're like immersed in it. It's like really meaningful when you listen to the lyrics. You know, he's like reflecting on that history of the band.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, strong melodies and really interesting chord progression as well.
Well, we're saying like, what kind of genre was Queen? Was like, for me, it's like almost like musical theatre.
Well, yeah, like in the early days, but then it went through...
Oh, yeah, lots of different transitions.
Yeah.
But I think they still kept that musical theatre-ness to it. You know, like the ridiculous...
It's the vocal harmonies, isn't it?
It's the vocal
That
harmonies.
layering.
But everything else, it all feels like a production for like a show.
Yeah, but you think about like when they went in the studio in the 70s, they were doing things in an analog way, trying to do things that we've got digital tools now to help us achieve things quite easily. They did it
To help us fix things
they
more
did
easily.
it like mad scientists in the studio, didn't they?
Like literally cut the tape, etc.
Yeah, absolutely mad.
No Control and Z, Danny.
Yeah,
Your
really.
most used combination. Maybe?
It is. And
Delete.
Q in the rhythm section.
That's
Quantize.
Quantize,
For anyone who's
yes.
not aware.
especially when you've been drumming, Danny.
Yes. I'll get there slowly.
Well, you can appreciate Roger Taylor more now that you're a drummer.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a drummer. He keeps saying I'm a drummer. I'm a, what do I call myself? A sectoid drummer.
A sectoid drummer.
A loop a verse
That's it.
55 times until it's right. And then I move on.
And then you still quantize.
And then I still quantize. No, I don't quantize actually when I do that method.
I think you do.
Honestly, I promise you.
Listeners, it's promising.
I promise.
Okay, I'll believe you. Who's next?
Brilliant drummer. Working with Mike, that's going to be fantastic. Especially if he's singing as well.
I can imagine. He'll definitely be doing some backing, won't he?
On guitar, we've got Mike Campbell, who played with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Indeed, he did.
Classic tone, really, really lovely tone. And it's got that it's got warmth but twang at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, and we did look on Wikipedia. He did play for Fleetwood Mac for a little bit, for a year or so live.
Oh, okay.
But
But Lindsay Buckingham was
Well,
unavailable.
or let's just say unavailable. I wouldn't like to speculate.
We don't do that on here.
But he has got that Fleetwood Mac vibe to him, I think, as well in some of his in the style of his writing.
Yeah. I think it is that.
I feel a bit of that in there.
I think if you've played guitar in that era, it's going to be stamped all over
Yeah.
your way of writing, isn't it? Did you notice in the track, I thought that said Pedigree, but I've written, it's actually Refugee.
It's not
My
pedigree.
handwriting's awful today. He's got like a calm verse, but
Yeah.
then when it gets to the chorus, it's just
Picks it up.
big open chords.
Yeah.
For the choruses, that big, should we call them cowboy chords?
Let's do it.
I think that's
Let's
what they're
call
commonly
them
known as. Cowboy chords, the open chords. But they like jangle really nice and sit with the acoustic guitars really beautifully. And then you pointed out a track called Running Down a Dream.
Yeah, so the solo at the end.
Yeah, it's like really punchy. But the fade out was
Extreme. It's an extreme fade out. I thought it was going to go on for a couple of minutes, but 15 seconds, done.
maybe in a live setting.
It wasn't.
You can't really fade out in a live setting.
It wasn't at Hotel California, was it?
No. But I wanted to hear more.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, it's
I
really
wanted
great playing.
more. He left us wanting more, at least.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, great playing, really tasteful.
I can see why Mike's chosen him because he knows he can work in that kind of context, working alongside an acoustic singer-songwriter.
Well, he's done a good job,
know.
as some of our guests do, he's done a really good job of making sure this band melds together. It blends.
Will it blend?
Yes, it will.
Oh, yes, it will. Great choice.
Indeed.
Bass. Now, I know you've got a lot to say about this guy.
It's Phil.
It's Phil Lynott.
Just Phil. He's the only bass player of note that's called Phil. I don't know any other Phil bass players, Danny. I don't think there ever will be any. But, we listened to about 20 tracks of Thin Lizzy just then because we love them. Don't we?
I just had something pop into my head.
Go
and
for
I've got to talk about it.
Go
'cause
for it.
I just imagined a band that was just made up of Phils. So Phil Collins on drums.
Okay.
Phil Lynott on bass.
Yep, any more?
Phil Anselmo on vocals.
Oh, God.
And I think Phil Campbell, who plays guitar as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. It's the Phil. What are we calling it? Philly Phils.
Philly State.
There you go. That's terrible. Let's carry on.
Yeah, we listened to a couple of tracks, didn't we?
More than a couple of tracks. We couldn't stop listening to them, really.
Yeah, we couldn't stop listening. Do anything you want to. You picked up... This is something you picked up on during the interview, but that strumming technique that he's got.
Yeah, and actually, listening to Thin Lizzy just then as well, for me, it's got like a pop punk, modern pop punk kind of vibe to him, and to his playing.
I didn't hear that until you said it.
But it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good point, yeah.
He could easily jump into something like Blink-182, even his fills and stuff, they'd work. He's got that kind of real, do you know what I mean, the pop punk vibe to him, which...
The clue's in the name.
Didn't exist at the time. But yeah, you can tell you can tell it's a P bass.
Yeah, it's got that sound, hasn't it? That signature sound.
Classic sound. And it's his upstrokes that make the difference for him.
Because they tonally have a difference, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And he cuts through on all the albums apart from that one album that he didn't cut through on.
Thunder and Lightning. It's a bit more scooped metal kind of sounding.
It's not my favourite sound.
I think if you put it on its own, it might not be as noticeable. But when we were listening to the older albums,
it doesn't sound like Thin Lizzy though to me.
Well, there was a lot of the mid range removed, wasn't there, from the mix?
Yeah.
But did you notice that his bass acts as a massive anchor for the lead guitar player?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There's no dropout when those guitars
it keeps it
get panned. He's there holding it down, isn't he? Yeah, iconic sound. And then we had to listen to Cowboy Song, which I've always thought is like a feel good song when you listen to it.
Yeah.
Whether I'm just thinking if the lyrics are supposed to be feel good. I think so. Yeah.
Imagine if they're not.
Maybe they're not. But I enjoy listening to that song. I remember listening to that song as a kid, and it's just like, upbeat, feel good, vocals of doom, and that's the track where you said it's got like a punky feel.
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
got that. Yeah,
high energy. And
looking at all the songs, if you take his bass lines out of Thin Lizzy and put them into a modern pop punk type song, it'll work. Weirdly.
Weirdly. I agree. I concur.
I conquer.
We're down to the final member.
And that is the keyboard player.
Jonathan Cain.
From Journey.
Melody.
Melody of Doom. We listened to, what was the first song we listened to?
Who's crying now?
A ballad.
You think?
It's got that, what is it, jingly jangly keys at the start?
What?
Piano-esque?
Yeah, I'm not the best at knowing the differences between the sound of keyboard and piano and all this sort of stuff. But to me, it sounded more piano-like than synth. I think that was pretty obvious.
Well, especially compared to the second track we listened to.
Separate Ways.
Which had a
mammoth synth riff.
Mammoth synth riff at the start.
It gives you this feeling that you're heading for somewhere big.
Well, I said it's got that 80s movie vibe where it's kind of like a montage build up to a massive like showdown between the goodie and the baddie.
Who's the goodie?
Sylvester Stallone.
Who's the baddie?
Oh, who's the baddie?
Think of an 80s baddie.
I think Danny DeVito would make a great baddie.
Okay, let's go for it.
He's gone wild.
Set the scene.
So, Danny DeVito.
I'm going to cue some action movie soundtrack behind this.
Okay. So, the synth kicks in. Cut to a montage of Sly Stallone doing some, some warm up moves. What's he doing? Star jumps?
Let's say that.
Let's do star jumps. It then moves on to the next phase. He's having a romantic moment with his female partner.
And he's doing the Sly grunt that he does. He does like a... I will actually sample a real one.
Do it. And then he's getting, after he's had those moments, warming up, moment with a lady, he's gearing up. He's getting himself psyched up for the final showdown.
Who's the lady?
The lady is...
Sigourney
Weaver. He's loading his guns.
Plural.
He's loading... Yeah, because it's like strapping them to it. I'm thinking like Rambo here. I've got Rambo in mind. So he's got like a bazooka on his back, and he's got like a couple of machine guns, got a couple of pistols on his belt.
Yeah.
He's then running. This actually fits perfectly.
Slow-mo
running through a forest.
Heavily oiled,
and again, let's say he's got like
he's got a mullet.
face garb on. He's got face garb.
Face garb.
He's got a mullet. It's flapping in the wind.
He's got that like lip thing going. Ooh.
He's making unintelligible grunt noises.
Yeah.
His buddy's called Adrian.
Danny DeVito's called Adrian.
I'm melding Rocky in there too. He's running through, and then the chorus is obviously a fight between hand-to-hand combat at first
Okay.
between the 4-foot Danny DeVito and the 6-foot whatever Sylvester Stallone. All set to the track featuring Jonathan Cain.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like it.
I'd watch that film.
Is this inspired by your concept of height limits at gigs?
Yeah, well,
Like Danny DeVito.
no, because Danny DeVito's the baddie. Should be the way around, really, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it should be the other way around, shouldn't
No, I've watched too much It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he's a bad guy in that. So.
Okay. Listeners, let us know if you think this is a plausible plot.
Would you watch that? I mean, we watched Toxic Avenger recently.
Yeah,
Have we talked about that?
Yeah, I think we have. He was so shit. It was amazing.
It was so bad. It was
Go
good.
and watch it. It was incredible.
Anyway, sorry, I got off the piece a little bit there, but he's a great keyboard player.
A great keyboard player.
Songwriter galore.
Kaboom. What about the name of the band?
The band name is Brick.
Brick.
Brick. It's a good name.
It is.
Solid.
Yes. And you made a point about, if you've got a festival lineup and the headliner band, poof,
Brick.
that's it.
It's a headliner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brick's not playing first.
No.
But again, great merch ideas. So, Danny, would you buy a t-shirt?
Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Put your money where your mouth is. Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a t-shirt? Put your money where your mouth is.
Nicely done there. I like it. Yeah, I would buy a t-shirt.
Entirely brick wall.
I mean, I'd hope for a brick wall where it's been vandalised or bricks have fell out and it's forming the word brick.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe.
That's a good idea. Not a brick motif on the left breast and a full brick print on the back.
No, I don't think that would work for this concept. Or maybe the actual t-shirt itself, where those bricks are missing, is just through to bare flesh.
Skin.
It's just through to...
So you got like
Yeah.
tit.
If you're not careful, depending on where
You've got belly button and nips.
Depending where those nips are lying.
I mean, generally the same on most people, aren't they?
I don't know. Listeners.
Send us a diagram of where your nipples are and we'll show you where ours are.
Would you buy a t-shirt?
I would, yeah.
What would your concept be? What would you hope for?
Oh, I'm liking your concept of the brick wall, a decaying brick wall.
Okay.
With the bits missing out to kind of spell brick.
But bare flesh?
But bare flesh, yes. Of course I like that idea.
Yeah, okay.
Of course I do.
Don't fall asleep on a sunny beach wearing that t-shirt with no sun cream on.
You'd set up at the beach, wouldn't you? Purposely for that. Or maybe the brick, it then sunburns brick into you.
That's what I mean.
Perfect.
Maybe that's the idea. That's before you go into the show.
And then on the beaches of like California.
You strip off.
Beaches of California, yeah, you take your top off and everyone's got brick imprinted on them. Perfect.
And then if you want it permanent,
tattoo it on.
There is a stencil for a tattooist.
Perfect. What, a sunburnt stencil? Ooh.
Oh, that's going to sting.
Double pain.
Oh.
Double whammy.
Stingy.
Don't know where that came from.
Stingy.
Right, would you go and see that band?
Yes, I would go and see that band.
Usual place?
I reckon in a box.
Oh.
I'd like to experience this band in a box. No, I'd be the Ned Sound Desk. I've changed my mind. Sound Desk.
That was an instant change. Sound Desk is always the best place to watch a band.
Yeah, for every band, I prefer it. I don't like getting too close. What about you?
Well, I would say Sound Desk, Danny, but if I've implemented my height-based system at this gig, I would simply be wherever my height allowed me to be.
At a guess, probably closer to the front.
To the Sound Desk.
To the sides slightly.
So
make of that what you will.
So from my system, that would mean that you're saying that I'm a short arse and got a massive head. But yes, that's where I'd end up. Cheers, dude.
And where would I be?
You'd be midway.
Midway.
And I'm not saying you've got a wide head, but you've got a long head. It's 90% chin.
Yeah, but it's not going to get in the way of anyone.
Yeah, but if you turn...
Oh, okay,
if you turn,
yeah, but that's another rule. That's another rule,
you're
isn't
blocking
it?
view.
Fucking hell, burn.
Oh, dude, I think we've gone delirious as always.
Right, okay. What do we do now?
We say goodbye normally.
Oh, we say goodbye.
We normally thank the guest.
Yeah, thanks to Mike. Make sure you check out Mike's work, his solo stuff and White Lion.
And he's on a tour, Danny. He's touring.
Yes, check his socials. Get yourself to a show.
He's doing Hard Rock Hell, I believe.
Indeed. That'd be a banging show. There's loads of cool bands on
Is that still
lineup.
where we played
It's
Hammerfest?
in, Wales somewhere. Yeah.
Is it in that Haven place? I believe it is.
Yeah. We had a right laugh there.
Well,
Some stories for that.
Dead this Smedley. Do you remember him?
Yeah. We'll save that for another intro.
Right.
Right.
If you've enjoyed, give us a 5-star review.
Every time.
Give us a share. Have a little look on our social media. We've got some, I'd say, some funny videos on there.
Help spread the word. We're trying to spread joy.
Yeah, we are actually.
Yeah.
Genuinely trying to spread joy.
Yeah.
So we hope you've enjoyed today's episode.
Until next time, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
We're so sorry to see you go, but thanks for tuning into the show.